Hi all, my name is Megan the Liberty, and I did my test exploration on the Gray Silent Reading Test. The authors of this test was J. Lee Widerholt and Ginger Blaylock. Publishers was the ProEd, and you can find their website at www.proedine.com. The date of publication was the year 2000. The purpose of the assessment tool and subtests was, according to the examiner's manual, the assessment is a normal, referenced, reliable, and valid test of silent reading comprehension. The Gray Silent Reading Test is one of 3 test series. The GSRT was developed to be used as an adjunct to the Gray Oral Reading Test, other known as the GORT, or independently. The GSRT, like the GORT, has 2 parallel forms, each of which contains 13 developmentally sequenced passages with 5 comprehension questions. It is a normed, valid, and reliable measure of silent reading comprehension. The GSRT is appropriate for individuals aged 7 years through 25 years 11 months. To identify individuals whose scores are significantly below those of their peers and who might need additional assessment and intervention designed to improve reading comprehension. To determine the areas of relative strength and weakness across reading comprehension abilities. To document overall progress in reading development as a consequence of intervention programs. To serve as a measure for research efforts designed to investigate reading comprehension. The Gray Oral Reading Tests are not designed to be substitutes for silent reading tests, but are adjunct to them. While relationships have been found between oral and silent reading, they are not sufficient to permit accurate prediction of oral reading scores for any given pupil. The Gray Diagnostic Reading Test, 2nd edition, is a test that measures a variety of skills associated with reading development. It has 8 subtests, including the phonological awareness, which includes rhyming, phonological awareness, sound deletion, listening vocabulary, rapid automatic naming of letters and words, letter word recognition, phonetic analysis, reading vocabulary, and reading comprehension. The GSRT norm summary was given to 1,400 people in 32 states. The samples used to prepare the GSRT norms were tested between 1996 and 1998. Characteristics represented considered in the norming sample was that of all geographic regions designated by the 1997 Statistical Abstract of the United States, and in consideration to all genders, geographic regions, ethnicity, race, urban-rural residents, and disabilities. The GSRT test reliability. The types of reliability addressed was the coefficient alpha. It's a type of internal consistency reliability that demonstrates the extent to which the items correlate with one another, that is commuted using the Cronbach's coefficient alpha method. The immediate alternate forms, which are to describe another procedure that can be used to estimate error due to content sampling when alternate forms of a test are available. Time sampling. Errors due to time sampling refers to the extent to which a student's test performance is constant over time and usually estimated by the test-retest method. Test-retest correlation uses raw scores for the sample, and they were changed to quotients, and the quotients were correlated. The delayed alternate forms. Two types of reliability are measured in the analysis of delayed alternate forms, and the interscore differences would be the test error due to examiner variability in the scoring. The summary of reliability. The test status is relative to three sources of test error. They'd be content, time, and score. And as you can see in the image, I did take this clip from the GSRT examiner's manual. So that is the one that came from the manual. The coefficients strongly suggest that the GSRT possesses little test error and that users can have confidence in the results. So my review would lead me to conclude that this would be a reliable test to use and would provide consistent results in the reading values tested. The GSRT test validity. A test validity will vary according to the purpose for which its results are being given and the types of individuals tested. And I did find that clause in the manual of the GSRT. Types of validity is the criterion prediction validity, and that is the validation procedures indicate the effectiveness of a test in predicting an individual's performance in specific activities. The construct identification validity is of a test is the extent to which the test may be said to measure theoretical construct or trait. And the content description validity involves the systematic examination of the test content to determine if it covers a representative sample of the behavior domain to be measured. The GSRT scoring, it yields 5 types of scores. They include raw score, age equivalent, grade equivalent, percentile, and a standard score called the silent reading quotient. Basals needed to be applied to get an appropriate score for anyone taking the GSRT. The GSRT can be administered individually, small groups, or the entire class. Raw score are the total number of points counted as correct. Raw scores have little clinical value. They are primarily in formulas that generate age and grade equivalents. Age and grade equivalents allow examiners to report that an individual is reading at a particular age or grade level. Percentiles, also called percentile score or rank, represent values on a scale from 1 to 99 that indicate the percentage of the distribution that is equal to or below each value. The quotient, which is the silent reading quotient or SQR, provides a clear indication of an individual's overall reading comprehension. And again, I took this clip from the examiner's manual, and it states all of the scoring and how the GSRT rates the students' standard scores. Modifications, accommodations, and adaptions. In this examiner's manual, there was no specific reference that I could find to allow tests or administration modifications to be allowed. And there was no mention made regarding test adaptations for students with limited English proficiency. The price that I found on the website of the ProEd website For the full kit was $192. The GSRT examiner qualifications. The GSRT examiner's manual states that examiners should have some formal training in assessment and a basic understanding of assessment statistics, general procedures for test administration, scoring, and interpretation. The manual states that these qualifications can be gained through a formal assessment class or other training. Based on what's listed, I would appear to be qualified to administer and score the test. So, interpretations. The administration instructions are quite clear and easy to follow with careful review and practice. The test administration is expected to take between 15 and 30 minutes depending on the student's reading ability. The entry or the starting points are clear and based on grade level. The basals and ceilings are a bit more complicated with different standards for fluency and comprehension, but with careful review and practice should be easily followed and adhered to. Scoring is involved making sure you are precise to the guidelines presented in the manual. Accurate scoring can be mastered with careful review. The tables and guides provide for interpreting the scores or providing the correct are clear and easy to interpret and will clearly provide a level for each score to assist with educational planning of the student. So I did find a review on the GSRT on the Google site. The article was Auditory Blending Ability, a Factor in Success in Beginning Reading. It was done by Jean Chal, Florence Roswell, and Susan Blethmanthal. It was done in the book The Reading Teacher, volume 17, and it seems like it was done a while ago. And the article was basically about a study that was given to 62 black children in the public school of New York City, and the study was about auditory blending and the abilities of reading, the disabilities of reading that it was given to these children. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.